A new and dangerous idea is emerging from the ongoing Iran conflict, one that could fundamentally reshape global trade. What if countries begin charging tolls on international sea routes? Not for services, but simply for passage. Now, this may sound unlikely and unlawful, but amid today's high-stakes energy crisis, it is becoming a real possibility. Well, the global maritime system is governed by the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, which states that ships are guaranteed the right of transit passage through critical straits. Now, this means that they are entitled to continuous and uninterrupted movement, even through a country's territorial waters. The law also says that no country can charge ships simply for passing through. Fees are allowed only for specific services and must be applied without discrimination. But what if legal principles collide with economic survival? At the center of this debate is the Strait of Hormuz, which is a narrow passage that usually carries nearly 20% of global crude oil, 20% of natural gas exports, and a third of the world's fertilizers. If tolls are imposed and accepted here, it could set a dangerous precedent. But Hormuz is not the only choke point. The Strait of Malacca is an even more vital. The Malacca Strait carries 29% of global crude oil and nearly 24% of global maritime trade. At its narrowest point, it is just 2 nautical miles wide. Ships take nearly 20 hours to pass through, making them highly vulnerable. Now, if tolls become acceptable in the Hormuz Strait, Southeast Asian countries may start doing the same in the Malacca Strait, affecting nations like China, Japan, South Korea, and Australia that are dependent on this strait for energy and trade. Meanwhile, in Europe, the Strait of Gibraltar handles up to 20% of global maritime traffic. Nearly 300 ships pass through daily. Now, even one country, if it begins charging tolls, others may also follow, leading to a cascading effect across global trade routes. Iran argues that such tolls would help rebuild infrastructure damaged in war, whereas critics argue that if tolls become normalized, every choke point will become a revenue opportunity, and every delay will become more and more expensive.